Welcome to everybody. We are here and to celebrate the top 50 farmers for 2026. They are all here on the screen with me, and I hope you can see them all. Just give everyone joining us on the live stream a wave. And I'm sure the friends, families, colleagues, and supporters of Top 50 Farmers, for those of you who are watching us live on the live stream, welcome. It's so good to see you. And if you can let us know in the comments where you're joining us from, that would be amazing. And if you happen to be a farmer who was part of the 2025 program, then let us know. We would love to know if you are also watching the new program, the new community of 2026 farmers being announced. If for any reason some of our farmers from the 2026 program are watching live on YouTube, come over to Zoom. This is where we'd love to have you. So please come over to Zoom. My name is Pearl Lawan Catchpole, and I am your moderator this evening. I am so happy to be here, and I will be welcoming also the rest of the Top 50 Farmers team, and they will be telling you a little bit more about the Top 50 Farmer program, as well as hearing from a couple of our farmers who are part of the 2025 program. And we're going to hear and you're going to be able to see the 2026 farmers country by country. We're going to announce them. You're going to be able to celebrate them. So I hope you're up for a good evening tonight. This is actually a special night because we are announcing them to you first, and then tomorrow we'll go live with the public at 10 a.m. Central European time. So you will be able to see our farmers all from all over Europe with a live map. You'll be able to see the stories from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. But this is a live preview. This is a live announcement. So what's to come? Well, over the coming 50 minutes, we're going to do one thing, and this is the most important thing. We're going to welcome and celebrate this group right here of 2026 Top 50 Farmers. 50 farmers, 21 countries, and a community that is in its second year and is now 100 strong. So very pleased to invite Cindy to take the stage. She is the Executive Director of Top 50 Farmers. So Cindy, over to you.
Thank you so much, Perle, and good evening, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us. A warm welcome to everybody on the live stream now, and also to all the farmers who are with us on Zoom. Tonight, we are joined by some of the 2025 Top 50 farmers, as well as we will be announcing the 2026 Top 50 farmers, which actually makes this evening even more special. Because tonight is the very, very first time where Top 50 farmers are handing over to the next 50 farmers, and by that becoming the founding members of our Top 50 Farmers Alumni Network. So to us, this is a night of celebration, a moment to recognize the people who are shaping the future of farming, the farmers who are regenerating from soils up. But before we begin the announcement tonight, let's take a moment to reflect on where farming stands today. In our view, agriculture is at a turning point. The regenerative movement is already underway and growing stronger every day. So regenerative management is not something new. It's a wisdom refined over a millennia, knowledge that we have stepped away from, have forgotten for some time. But now the moment is come to take that wisdom back and to make regenerative farming the norm instead of the exception. And the question is not whether the farmers are willing to do this. The real question is whether the system and the markets will align with the efforts actually being done out in the fields. Because still, it is the farmers who are still taking the biggest risk. Farmers are navigating one of the most complex transitions that we have faced in generations. Restoring soils, biodiversity, resilience, while growing healthy food for all of us. And that is exactly why Top 50 Farmers exist. We created Top 50 Farmers based on one question. What would it look like if farmers were recognized for their incredible work, empowered to lead the way, and connected to accelerate their business? Today, and with Top 50 Farmers, we work in 3 ways. First, we work to change the narrative around farming by sharing 50 portraits, stories on our social media, sometimes they end in the press, and by that moving society in a direction where we can value farming and seeing farming in a different way. Second, we are here to build knowledge through our 1-year accelerator program. We do both that in online and in person. And third, we are doing our very best to connect farmers with each other and with the wider audience and ecosystem, ensuring that farmers have a seat at the table and are presented to these opportunities. Over the past year, we've begun to see what it actually looks like when farmers are recognized, empowered, and connected. Farmers are collaborating across countries. They are sharing practical knowledge, opening opportunities for each other, and connecting both, as I said, in person and through our online community platform. Through our online sessions, farmers have also been connecting to the ecosystem, exchanging knowledge on topics such as finance, market access, well-being, policy, and farm hospitality. At the same time, their voices are reaching a wider audience. The past years, the farmers have been on stages in Brussels, Copenhagen, London, and even Paris. Many farmers are also using the badge in their own communication, even in fundraising. And with that, strengthening not only their own visibility, but also the visibility of regeneration as a whole. And this visibility opens new doors. Farmers have been reporting that this visibility have made interns reach out, collaborators, through the Top 50 Farmers Network and by finding them on the map on our website. And earlier this year, back in February, we met in person for the very first Top 50 Farmers gathering in Germany. And I see you out there, Alexandra, because we hosted at Alexandra Zimmer at the beautiful Marienhof Mannheim in Germany. So what began as 50 farmers is now growing. We are growing into 100 diverse and pioneering farmers from across Europe. None of this, all our work, would not exist without the people and the organizations who have supported and shaped our work from the beginning. Tonight, we want to give a sincere thank you to our enabling funders, the Nest Family Office, Avina Stiftung, Dune Foundation, and our seed funder, Astenor. Thank you for believing in Top 50 Farmers and in the team. Also, a big thank you to our board of directors and advisors who have contributed with direction, growth, and not most importantly, also a lot of learning. And to you out there who nominated the farmers, who shared their stories, and who helped bring those Top 50 Farmers' voices out to the world. Finally, I want to say thank you to the team on Top 50 Farmers. And Elisa, thank you so much, my co-founder, Kiara, our program manager, Fakundu, who is responsible for all our beautiful graphic designs, and Mada, who is responsible for our social media. And now tonight is all about the farmers. Behind the transition in agriculture are farmers who every day choose to do something different. And before the system is ready, just as we see now. The farmers we celebrate and the farmers we welcome into Top 50 Farmers tonight are doing something extraordinary. They're experimenting, they're adapting, and they're building resilient communities and growing, again, we see now, the food that benefits everybody. And through their work, they are showing what the future can look like if we follow their lead. So with tonight's announcement, Top 50 Farmers, we enter a next chapter by welcoming the next Top 50 Farmers, the 2026. And these farmers represent diversity, courage, and creativity needed for the future ahead of. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us tonight, and I'll give the word back to Perle.
Thank you so much, Cindy. And I just want to take a moment, because what always blows us away every year is this idea that there is so much support for our farmers. And it starts with nominations. You know, farmers are nominated to be here and to join this program. And it's you, the people watching us on YouTube, that do that. And I'm really curious to know who you're here to support tonight. So I see that there are around 50 of you watching. So let us know in the comments, who are you here to support tonight? Who are you rooting for? And who are the farmers that are in your community showing the best practices of regenerative farming? So let us know. But before we meet, so we're just a moment away from meeting country by country our 50 farmers. But before we do so, we have a special message from our 2025 alumni. And so Saeed, can you play the video for us?
Hey, willkommen til Top 50 Farmers.
Hoi, ich gratuliere dir ganz herzlich zu deiner Auszeichnung als Top 50 Farmer.
Získání tohoto úžasného místa.
Seid stolz darauf, dass ihr auch zu uns gehört jetzt und die Fackel für uns alle weitertragt.
Gratulacje, jestem z was bardzo dumny.
Et fantastisk nettverk av mange interesserte bønder, og hvis du deltar her, så vil du lære veldig mye.
Ik hoop dat het jullie net zoveel waarde en mooie verbindingen brengt als dat het ons heeft gegeven.
Úžasná komunita, která propaguje regenerativní zemědělství, a myslím si, že i pro vás to může být příležitost dozvědět se spoustu nových informací od kamarádů, kteří dělají něco podobného.
Cieszę się na poznanie was wkrótce i służę pomocą.
Es freut mich extrem, dass du jetzt ein Teil von unserer Community bist. Und ich wünsche dir ganz schönes und erfolgreiches.
Hei, velkommen til Top.
Thank you. And this is just a couple of the top 50 farmers from last year, but we have heard that they are so excited to welcome you to the community, and you're also going to get to meet each other. This is a community that is growing from 50 to 100. So anybody watching on YouTube, this is about a network and a community of people doing incredible things and regenerative farming. And these were just a section of them. And we're going to hear from two live today on this during this event. So we'll hear more from the 2025 cohort. But before we do, I just want to show where this 2025 cohort came from. So where have we come from? Saeed, maybe you can, yes, thank you. And this was the 2025 cohort. This was the first group that said yes to Top 50 Farmers. They were the first group to be nominated. They were from 22 European countries, and they showed up, they shared their stories, they set the standard for how the community is thriving, and together they're committed to making regenerative farming the norm. So this moment is the moment they hand over to this new cohort, but they're not going anywhere. They are part of this movement. They are part of this regenerative farming movement that is so needed in our world. So before we take a moment to look country by country, I want to see our top 50 farmers again. So let's take away the slide. I want to see everybody again. Let's remove me from the spotlight, because these are our farmers. These are the 2026 farmers. And we're going to announce you kind of country by country. So if you haven't already got your video on, then put it on, because we're going to take a moment so that these are very small little screens, but we're going to blow you up and be able to see you. So farmers, this is going to sound a bit counteractive right now, but please turn your videos off. So everybody just turn your videos off. And basically what I'm going to ask you to do is, so all the videos are going off, I'm going to ask you to turn them back on when you see your picture on the screen or you hear your name. Okay, so I hope everyone's clear. So all videos off, team as well, turn your videos off. This is the moment for the countries, and we are going to, there they go, bit by bit. And if not, Saeed will, I see a couple of joining by mobile. If you're having any trouble, Saeed will turn them off for you. But we are going to announce you country by country. All right, let's start with the first group. Can I get my slides, please? Thank you. Okay, so our first farmers joining us from England, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Ireland. We have from the United Kingdom, Calixta, Luke, Haiti, Sasha, Sari, Stuart, James, and Jonas. Hello. Jonas is our first member from Finland, so welcome, Jonas. And it's so good to see so many hearts coming up on the screen. Okay, and to the next slide, please. We have from Sweden, Ebba Maria, and from Denmark, Mia, Stain, Thomas, and Ireland. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Ireland, Michael and Rona. So congratulations to the first countries that we are showing. Let's turn off the screen, the slide for just a moment, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the whole cohort. So just a bit of background about who these top 50 farmers are. They span generations. The youngest amongst them is 28. The oldest is 60. Between them, they have decades of knowledge, experience, and dedication to the land, different stages of the journey, different perspectives, one shared commitment. So this is our first group. So say hello to our first farmers from England, from Ireland, from Finland, and who was the last? We have Denmark, yes, and Sweden. So here they are. Amazing. Thank you all. Good to see you. And we're going to turn off the videos again, and we're going to move on to the next group. And I'm going to hand over to Annalisa, co-founder of Top 50 Farmers, to take it away. Annalisa, please.
I'm beyond excited to introduce the next group of farmers. Tonight is a historic occasion because we are now becoming 100. This is a growing movement across Europe. And for the farmers joining live tonight, this is the beginning of a year-long transformational experience. So I am now excited and happy to introduce the farmers from France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, and Portugal. So farmers, as your name is called, or if you already see your photo on the screen, please go ahead and turn your video back on, and we'll give you a moment so you can weigh and say hello to the public in a second. From France, we have Alexis. From Germany, we welcome Amelia. From the Netherlands, we have Hester, Laura, and Ero. From Switzerland, we welcome Florin, Peter, and Adrian. From Belgium, we have Anna and Rainier. And from Portugal, we welcome Mark and John, if we can flip to the next slide. So we're going to go ahead and turn the slides off and ask that you wave to the camera, wave to all the folks tuning in from the live stream. If you are here to support these farmers, give them a nice hello in the chat. We're so grateful that you're here, that you applied, and welcome. And before we move to the next wave, so I'll go ahead and have you all turn your videos off as well. We wanted to take a moment to talk with one of our farmers who was part of the inaugural 2025 cohort. So Top 50 Farmers launched last year with the first 50 coming from 22 different countries across Europe. And tonight we have Regina here, if we can go ahead and spotlight her, who is part of this inaugural cohort and is going to speak a little bit about her experience and her farm, which is based in Switzerland. So Regina, how was it to be one of the first top 50 farmers, and what has the last year meant to you?
Do you hear me?
Yes, we do, loud and clear.
Perfect. So first of all, congratulations to everybody. It really makes me very, very happy that our community is growing. Although I'm a little bit sad that this exciting year is over now for me. It was really a very good experience. One of the most important things that I realized last year, that there are a lot of other farmers on the same path that I am. I'm not alone. And although we are spread across Europe, I learned a lot from others. And I also realized that we sometimes have the same issues. I also realized that I can't change a system by my own. I'm sure that we need an active and strong network, a network like in a healthy soil, to grow a better future. And this is what I and all the new ones are part of now. For me personally, it was really very, very exciting. I met a lot of new and cool farmers. I discovered some new holiday destinations. And also in my own region, a lot has started to move for me. I wasn't really prepared to this. Suddenly there were articles in the newspaper, a radio broadcast. I had invitation to discussions, network events, workshops. Of course, I had a lot of farm tours to do, even some interviews for cookbooks. But to be honest, I wasn't really prepared to that. Exactly 1 year ago, our website was under construction. So, and I haven't had any Instagram posts ready, prepared. And I had no really good answer when the people asked me, how can we support you or your farm? So my advice to the next cohort, to this cohort, is now start to think about all of this now. Imagine also how you can build your own network now. What I've done in meantime, I've got a LinkedIn account. I have a newsletter on my homepage that I can keep the contact to the people. I'm part of different networks now in Switzerland. Instagram is still not my favorite thing. But I found also an answer to how to support my farm. And this is by supporting you, the Top 50 Farmers team. You are really doing an amazing job. Thank you for this, for all you did last year. So I wish all of you an inspiring and interesting next year. Have fun. And although we always have a lot of work on our farms, think about how healthy soil is built and be an active part of the network of top 50 farmers.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience, Regina. And it's true, today, the folks who are tuning in are the first to meet the top 50 for 2026. And farmers, we will be supporting you in the onboarding so that you are prepared to step into everything that this has to offer, as well as the platform of the exposure that's coming your way, the opportunities that are coming your way, the ways that you can grow your farm business. There are so many potential areas to go into, and it is what you make of it. So we're so grateful for the ones who can speak from the past and what we can learn from their experiences, as well as interested and curious to see what you all will do as you take this opportunity and grow and develop it in new ways. So with that, we're going to go ahead and welcome our next group of farmers. And those are coming from Spain and Italy. So if we can go ahead and share the slides again. I'm very pleased. And the farmers, if you see your picture on the screen, if you see your photo, please go ahead and turn your video back on so we can give you a moment in the sun. From Spain, we have Michael, Ernest, Francesc, Sergio, Miguel, Javier, and Manuel. And from Italy, we welcome Gianni, Marta, Edmondo, Mania, Federico, Chiara, and Nicola. So welcome to these farmers. If you heard your name called or you see your photo, please go ahead, turn your video on, and let's take down the slides so we can meet this group. All right. Let's have a wave, and give me one more wave, a big hello. I know I'm pinned, so I wonder if there we go. Give us one more wave. Yay, welcome to the farmers from Spain and Italy. So with every cohort, we aim to really look at diversity to show how regeneration is happening across all different cultures and climates across Europe, and that it's possible at any farm size. So last year's cohort, the smallest farm was 1 hectare, the largest was 4,000. And this year, the smallest is also 1 hectare, and the largest is 2,000. And this is important because no matter where you are, regeneration is not defined by the size of the farm. It's the impact that you can have in the community and how you serve and how you grow together. So let's say thank you to these farmers. If you're here supporting them tonight, go ahead and give them a cheer in the chat. And I am going to ask you all to please turn your cameras off, and I will pass it back to Parla to announce our final group.
Yes, and just before we do that, what I want to do is ask the live stream a special request. I want you to thank our farmers. So we're going to move into our last group in just a moment. But before we do, I would love to have some messages in the YouTube chat answering the comment, thank you farmers for. So to anybody watching, and I'm just going to share it also in the YouTube channel. So please answer, thank you farmers for, and share it in the comments. And I'm going to read them at the end so you can basically celebrate the farmers and what they are doing for your communities. So I look forward to reading some of them at the end. And before I do that, I want to announce the last countries. So let's get the slides up. And I am really excited to announce the last countries. Our final group, these farmers join us from Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, and Cyprus. So if you see your photo on the screen or you hear your name, just pop your video back on. So from Czech Republic, we have Wenzel, Simona. We have from Slovakia, Tatiana, and Hungary, Andrew, and from Poland, Thomas, and Magdalena, and Ionut from Romania. I did practice, Jonas, I promise. And then the next slide, please. We have from Bulgaria, Georgie, and from Cyprus, Dimitris, and also Charis. So those are our last of the top 50 farmers. and amazing to also see Tatiana's daughter, I hope, joining. Hey, good to see you. And with this cohort, so let's get the slide away. With this cohort, we increased the number of European countries from 22 to actually to 26. So we have 4 new countries joining us this year. We have Romania, Finland, Cyprus, and Bulgaria. And these are our farmers. These are the last of the farmers. Give us a wave, say hello to everybody, and thank you for joining the 2026 cohort. Amazing. All right, before we move on and see the whole group again, once again, I just want to invite Alexander to the stage. Is it a stage? I don't know. Alexander, let's see if you are here. Let me search for you. And yes, I see you. I'm going to add you to the spotlight. Okay, hello, Alexander. So you are hello, you are one of the farmers from 2025. You are also the host of the in-person meetup, which looked absolutely beautiful. So I'm very curious to know, what did being a top 50 farmer mean to you?
Well, first of all, as Regina said, I want to congratulate all the members of the cohort 2026. I remember 1 year ago how emotional it was to become part of this team, and I can very much remember how that felt. So enjoy the night, enjoy the evening, and celebrate yourself. How was it to be part of this fantastic initiative and be part of this first group? As Regina said, the overwhelming feeling was that we're not alone, and that was when we first started, and fought bureaucracy, fought customers, fought a lot of obstacles who all of you probably faced. You sometimes get just frustrated, depressed, and think, why are you doing all of this? But being connected with this whole group, with this fantastic group of people, made you feel not alone. And that is the most important experience I had and the whole team had. The personal exchanges, I had the chance to visit a few of the colleagues, and that's my foremost recommendation to, if you have a chance, visit some of your colleagues at some stage. If you sell products, talk to some of your colleagues. The snails from Vienna are excellent. Rice from Italy. If you have a chance, add a little shelf from top 50 products in your store, if that's possible. We have very good experiences. Quite an effort, but it's worth the effort, I think. Yeah. And a personal recommendation. I know all of us are very, very busy, 24 hours, 7 days a week, all year long. Take your time to enjoy the master classes and learn out of the offered master classes, because they helped me a lot to gain new knowledge, finance strategy, vision, psychological issues came up. Be very open in the conversation. It's a protective and protected and safe space. And as always in life, the more you put in, the more you get out. And I can only recommend to use that class and to use those classes and use those meetings. And they did help me a lot. And it's, as I said, if you're busy on your own farm, in your own business, with your own team, with the same group of people all the time, you sometimes get stuck in thoughts, and getting this external input is just very, very valuable. So make use of it, because that's one of the big advantages, and the efforts that Cindy, Annalisa, Chiara, everybody's putting in it. Just show their value in those evenings and those sessions. Any than that, obviously meeting most or some of us and most of us in the personal gathering. I'm not a video guy. I'm not not an internet guy. Meeting people in person is just unbeatable. So that was the most fantastic finish of this first year, and I'm so happy to have this new group here now, to have a chance to meet you online, and can only wish you the best of luck for the next year. Make the most out of it, grab the chances you get, and all the best and a good start now. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexander. So just to kind of recap, it is what you take what you put in. And so putting in all of that time and energy. And I think also the huge message that both Regina and Alexander are sharing is around the loneliness that comes with farming, right? And this is where the top 50 farmers brings regenerative farming together so that you can move together as a movement. And I want to try these snails, Alexander, absolutely. So from Vienna, right? And this is also an invitation to the live stream as well, because you can, from tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., it will go live. It is secret until then, so please until then, but 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, the new map of 2026 farmers will go live, and you'll be able to see who is in your neighborhood, who can you go and visit, and do visit each other. So let's have a look at what now we've seen all of the top 50 farmers from this year. I'm very curious, what does that mean for the whole community? Sai, can you show me the last couple of slides? Yes, thank you. So this is the 2026 farmers. This is where they are located all over Europe. And we are now 100 farmers strong as a top 50 farmers community. And maybe you can move that on to the next slide. Thank you. And this is the spread. This is what happens in just 2 years. This is the spread of farmers. And as 100 farmers all over Europe, the youngest is 25, the oldest is 70. Each one is farming on a unique landscape and has a unique journey and a unique story, and those can be explored live online. And what is most importantly is that they lead, they inspire. That's why they're here, and they are shaping the future where hopefully regenerative farming is no longer the exception, that it becomes the way that we do things. So tomorrow, reminder, keep it secret until tomorrow, and then we can announce and we can rejoice and we can share it live and just tell the whole world about the top 50 farmers, because that is what we're here to do, is to share these stories and make sure that regenerative farming becomes the norm. And I have looked at the YouTube and I'm already feeling a little bit emotional. So I want to take away the screen, and I just want all the farmers to put their videos back on, and I'm going to remove the spotlight. And I want to take a moment to thank you all. And there are a lot of thank yous in the YouTube. So let's see you all, and let me read some of them to you. I will start with my own. I first want to thank you. Merci, dankjewel, and thank you. These are the 3 languages that I speak, just in case you didn't realize. I want to thank you for inspiring the generations of today and tomorrow as to what is possible, and for never giving up, and for showing up for each other with such generosity. And from the YouTube now, I'm going to take a few of these. So thank you, farmers, for caring so much. You are inspirational. You matter so much. Thank you, farmers, for the landscape, for the water, for the biodiversity, the culture, the food. The list goes on. Thank you, farmers, for being such an inspiration, for nurturing the land and sustaining our lives. Thank you, farmers, for choosing the land, for regenerating it and bringing life back. In a disconnected world, you sow meaning, community, and future. Thank you for existing. Thank you, farmers, for taking care of our nature and health. Thank you, farmers, for being regenerators. Thank you, farmers, for taking big responsibility of feeding people all around the world. Thank you, farmers, for your dedication, your daily grind, and for everything you give to all of us, for your tireless, noble work. And this is really your moment to hear that. I feel that often we really can hear how grateful we are to each other, right? It's important that you really hear how grateful we are to you all, because the work that you do is hard. And so thank you. Thank you from all of us watching and from me today and the team. Maybe today the team can put their videos back on as well. And I don't know if Cindy and Annalisa, we have a few minutes left, so I don't know if you want to also add your thank yous live here and unmute. Annalisa, do you want to add a thank you?
Yes. Thank you, farmers, for again saying yes to this. We realize that it's stretchy at times to say, I am a role model for the next generation. And the truth is, you already are and you have been. From the moment you decided to walk down the path of regeneration, you started something that has the potential to inspire a lot of other people. And at times it can feel like we are a small segment and that the world hasn't completely woken up to this yet, even though it is quite a remembering that we're doing. And that's part of what this community does, is by opening ourselves up, by sharing your stories, by seizing the opportunities, by growing your businesses, by opening your mindset, by connecting to each other. We have the potential to not only be stronger in how we connect and build this ecosystem, but also in the ripple effect we see out from that. So thank you again. Just if nothing else happens other than this public announcement, which for those of you tuning in tonight, you are the first to meet and hear who the top 50 farmers are. The rest of the world is going to learn this information tomorrow, March 18th at 10 a.m. CET. So we ask that you keep it a secret till then. If you want to share you're at the ceremony, you're more than welcome to. You can take a picture. Feel free to tag us. But tomorrow is when really the thunderclap happens and the ripple effect happens, and we invite the world into this even further. And last year, when we announced the first 50, we had a young dairy farmer from Ireland write us immediately saying, thank you so much for this work. Thank you so much for this community and seeing that this exists. Where I come from, regeneration is not a topic in my neighborhood. And it is so cool for me to see not only farmers from my own country, but farmers that look all different kinds of ways who are doing this work that I can aspire towards, I can learn about, I can visit. So again, just by opening yourselves up, it has a big impact for the future generations who are looking up to you, who are curious, who want to learn, as well as proving that regeneration is happening everywhere. This is not a what if, as Paolo was talking about. This is something that's already happening. And we provide the examples that really let people know that and also encourage them to spend their dollars on the food that you grow that helps to build healthy communities, healthy soils, and so much more. So thank you just for everything and for saying yes. Cindy, do you have anything you want to add?
Thank you, everyone. We have so many dreams for this initiative, and we can't wait to co-create with you and meet you all.
Thank you, Cindy.